we are now live. Let me just check if my screen has anything that I don't want to show. So let me just firstly, nope, not this one. Okay, good. Mostly fine. Yep, amazing. One sec, I think I received a message, yeah, from YouTube saying that I'm now live. Good. So what I'm building right now is to try to build methods to test the performance of Dust as well as how much code you need to write in Dust versus other solutions. So in case you don't know, Dust is a local first, synchronizable and persistible database and state management solution built for Flutter. So the idea is that oftentimes when we write code, we find that state manager and the local database have similar schemas, and oftentimes like you sort of have overlapping them. And that is the reason why we want to have this Dust thing, because we want to, how to put it? We want to sort of, we want to eliminate the overlapping logic between the two. And we believe that this can actually make the experience much simpler. And to start using Dust, first you specify the path. Currently, Dust uses SQLite under the hood. And then you open the docs, you call dust.open. This is a synchronized function because since we're doing local first, it doesn't really make much sense for us to have async operations. And then you declare a schema. The schema is declared using the parts that's similar to how a freeze model is declared, besides a few trivias in that you need to have abstract here, and you cannot have const here. And also currently there are also some limitations. For example, you cannot really have a question mark here, but it should most work. And currently you cannot really specify the parent, the children in this constructor, because if you specify, it's not going to be added, and you can only do it the other way around. But other than that, it should mostly work. And so I basically created this implementation class. And the idea was that I want to implement RiverPod plus Firebase, RiverPod plus ESR, RiverPod plus ObjectBox, Block plus Firebase, Block plus ESR, and Block plus Firebase to see how much of difference in the amount of code I have to write with these solutions. Now, to just give you a demo, let's just do a Flutter run. I do not seem to be able to speak clearly. It's getting hot here, so. I'm really wanting to know how could I sort of get more adoption or early adopters to either help us develop or to be part of or to help try use our app in some pilot programs. So yeah. So let's just open this. All right, so now you see the application built by Dust. It's a very simple to-do list app. So now let's say that what do I want to do today? I mean, those are just generated by ChatGPT, but maybe let's write some real to-dos. So I have no idea. You look at this; it's actually updating in the real time. So whatever. No, say I wanted to develop Dust. So Dust. Okay, create for SM plus DB solutions. Okay, good. Is it better optimized? Whatever. Ignore the grammar. English is not my first language anyways. So for example, create, say that, okay, so it's riverpod Firebase, riverpod isar, riverpod object box. Right? So you can actually like drag this and drop it here. So maybe I should have like a riverpod here, and then we can drag the riverpod under here. So now you see basically how this to-do list app, and you can check them. This is just like a very simple to-do list app, and this is what we hope to build with different implementations. And we can have a look at the basic code of how this is implemented. With Dust, it only takes 250 lines of code. So firstly, like you have like this initialization, you get a pathing called dust.open. This part I've shown like previously. And then now you declare a model schema, which declares an abstract class to do with to do. And it's similar to freeze, and you declare what you need. And then you go to the user interface part. So this is a reactive sort of like builds and caches the thing, and only updates it when necessary. And yeah, this is basically, we have a root to-dos, and that will be reactive to all the schemas, all the to-dos, because you have a get method here that sort of like subscribes to the changes. And as a result, like you're passing a reactive builder, and you get all the to-dos, and you're passing a normal list view builder. This is quite ordinary. And to save typing in another building method, I called that .getO, which subscribes to the changes. And then you pass in the corresponding items to where they should be. And this is also, you also add like a drag target and a long press draggable, so that will be like you will be able to drag and drop like the items from here and there. So that's basically how like this works. And of course, you can have a text children, and this is just you get the children field and you call get. So children is a field that's generated by us. Yeah, and then you also have a create action dialog. Hopefully we would be able to copy a lot of the code when we actually do that. And I personally haven't been using riverpod or isar or those for a long time. So bear with me if there are some problems that we encounter. So just stop this. Flutter pub. Let me search for isar first. Flutter pub at isar flutter leaps. Isar flutter leaps. Isar generator. Dev. Riverpod. Flutter hook. No, let's stay away from Flutter hooks. We also provide Flutter hooks integration in our like UI package, but where is even my quick start getting started? Okay. There seems to be a little bit of version. Let's just go with a pre-release version for isar. subspec.yaml, and where do we add isar? Okay, wasn't successfully added here. Okay, so isar, and then isar flutter libs. Let's see if this actually works. Is our generator build runner any? Okay, so let's just I assume that build runner was eliminated. Is it? We'll see. And good. So now isar is here. We're probably going to be one of the slowest, and because we use SQLite under the hood as well, and yeah, and we also provide CRDT and reactivity. So yeah, we are probably going to be one of the slowest. Riverpod. Docs, getting started, installing the package. We are to a certain extent, in terms of state management, inspired by Riverpod as well. Yep. Good, and then we also want to find block. The flutter pub add flutter block. Then we also need flutter. What else? Object box. All right, flutter pub add. Flutter. We're not going to turn on sync for object box yet, since we do not really have object box. And Flutter Firebase. This part I'm not sure if I should be moving it live, so I'll just be following the Fire config. I think running Flutterfire. Create new project. Benchmark. Should I call dust? Dust benchmark. Right, so iOS, Android, and macOS. This will basically cover most of the basic use cases for all the most of the Dart developers, and I feel that no one in his right sense of mind would be, no, I shouldn't say that, but I feel like you just simply shouldn't be using AWS Amplify. That's the worst piece of shit code I've ever written. On this Minecraft, and the fact that Amplify authors got founded by YC, I do have some issues with that, because I simply couldn't imagine like any code that's written worse than what they do. All right, so now you sort of have this Firebase options.dart, and actually I never know whether if we should keep the Firebase options. Let's go to, okay, anyways. I think, right, we should not be doing this. We should instead be doing db slash firebase slash and then isar slash and object box slash, right? And then we also should be doing sm slash riverpod slash and sm slash block slash and we don't use get, right? Getx is simply very controversial, steals people's code and not really does anything. Good. So now we have this Firebase. Now let's look at how Dust is structured. Okay, so we have todo.fire.dart, and we have probably well, just keep it at todo.dart. todo.dart. Nice. And then block. Here is we have todo block. All right, to be honest, I haven't written block for a long time. We probably need to like investigate together on how to deal with these things. But for Firebase, I also need to add the relevant packages. So basically I'll need to add flutter pub add Firebase Cloud Firestore, Firebase core, and Cloud Firestore. Yep. And also, should I add it says that we can actually commit, but we can actually commit the Firebase options. But let's just X and paste it here, because I don't want to deal with some random Firebase billing issues if we manage to, if we have some problems here there. So yep, and now we can mostly start it. And we also need flutter pub add freeze def freezed def freezed. Yep. JSON annotation def JSON serializable. Good. Alright, it's now time to get started. Let's start with Firebase first. So for Firebase, we generally just stick with a to do. Yep. So add freeze class. Okay, I don't seem to have the snippet here, but to do with at freezed, and we also need to do PTF. Nice. And PTJ as well. Okay, good. Then const to do. And then what file do we need? What do we need? Yeah, we need to have like a to do dart, and it's in dust to do dart. Good. So okay, and I also need to copy this part here as well. Nice. And so string is completed, and we cannot really have that. So basically what we can have is a string parent ID, and we also need to have a required string ID. Yep. So for that matter, we need to create we need to add UUID, because UUID can give us like unique ID. Yep. Good. And parent ID. And you cannot really have children access to children here. So this should most likely be how this is going to look like. And let's run drbd to see if it actually successfully generates code. And after this, we need to also have a future. Yeah, okay. Yep, factory. Yep, it's also very important. And okay, you don't need this for freeze. And then you also need to future bool is parent ID. Nope. So we probably also want to have either a repository or something like that. So abstract, no, let's not abstract. Final class Firebase to do repository. This is strange because I just realized that it's not really feasible to have the SM sort of separated from the database, but the data models may be shared. So I probably want to remove this. And what we would have is riverpod.dart and block. Both are ways, and the riverpod.dart and block.dart. Good. So Let's just create a to-do, or let's just do static. Now let's do this. Firebase Firestore dot instance dot collection We're not going to have any authentication here. So good. Let's have a look at the Firebase options. Okay, now good. So yeah, we need to go to to-do.dart. So this would be good. Collection and good. And so now we have create and good delete, and then we also want to have future void. Toggle, as well as future bool is descendant of var p equals other, and okay, let's just do a static. Final data equals if catch e. Let's just print this out. Good, so now we have this to do. Cannot be assigned to type string. Nope, so it's to do. No, I think there is some logic wrong here. Other dot parent ID. No. Return true. Good, so now these parts are all mostly settled, and let's just call a All right. I assume this will be good enough, given this schema. Yep, nice. So now it's time to deal with the models, etc. Riverpod, and now let's read through the Riverpod documentation together. Getting started. So in the to-do, firebase/todo.dart, we also want to have future the ability to list its children. Future list child. Alright, this looks nice enough. Map from JSON. From JSON. Okay, let's just do this and whatever. Okay, I mean, it doesn't hurt having those things here. But since I didn't include them in Dust, let's just ignore them because Dust has list children. And then I also want to have accept set parent. Good. So now we have all these things that are sort of matching the Dust API. And now we are able basically to just copy the code from the Dust UI.dart and so it's firebase/riverpod.dart, and clearly we need to remove the reactive thing, but oop. Alright, we also need to remove the comments here. And we material. We also need import the to-do. All right, so then this will be. Let's have a look at what Riverpod provides for its user interface. A consumer. Okay, good. riverpod.dart. Good. Ensure the linter will offer automatically add a consumer widget. what's the import? And look at what ref consumer all right, so I assume that this is a child, but I'm not sure. So do I have referred pod documentation? Reverb pod pub.dev. Good. And then you also have the doc API reference here, and we can search for consumer. I don't know how to spell, turns out. Huh? Flutter River pod, okay. Flutter River pod. We probably also need to have like some similar structure for Dust as well. Why did I click on that? I hate myself. Consumer. Yeah, as I expected, the child. Good enough. And now let's look at the root to-dos. So at river pod. Okay, it should be filter. To do the darts, right? So we have list children, static, good. So good. And I assume river pod.g.dart, right? Is this yep? Good. Now let's run DRPD again to see how well river pod generates the corresponding things for us. All right, so now the corresponding .g file is generated. Oh yeah, okay. We just specify a ref here, I assume. So I want to look at the river pod documentation. Haven't used it in a long time. Okay, so you add a ref here. So it's equals async value error loading. That's nice. So async data. Alright, this should mostly be good. So now you have the to-dos listed, I assume, and consumer widget. So this should be widget ref, I think. Good. To-do dot title description but how am I supposed to so now the to-do for this has changed, but somehow I need to make it like update it, because if I do this right now, it's not going to. One sec. Let me see how does this work. River pod. Good. Let me see if this dr. I feel like dealing with Firebase is just that it's going to be sort of. And then let me go to the .g.dart. Children of. List children. All right, so now you have your let's do this. So and how do I river pod? How do I create a state? So I also need to create a class that contains the state of the to-do. for me to be able to successfully sort of like manage it. River pod class on to do state extends to do state notifier to do state notifier. At override to do build let's just firstly generate code to see what's actually going on, if we would be able to get the to do. Also, I haven't checked OBS. Let me see if I could get. Nope. Clearly, no one is watching my stream. That's nice to a certain extent. Let me just read through the docs here. Okay, state plus plus, state minus minus. Now let's just try do this. So to do state notifier. Okay, super dispose notifier. Yep, so it means that it's not actually super. So now it's like so this is a very minimum wrapper. I probably should have made like the operations to do on this, but let's just see how does this work. Just checking, and now clearly you have equals ref dot. To do state notifier provider. Because I changed the constructor, I don't know if anything would change. I feel like RiverPod did not do a really good job with documentation. It's not immediately have Oh, okay. So you have your super here. I don't understand how this worked. GPT is stupid. Yeah, I do feel that the Riverpod needs some improvement in its API documentation. What the fuck? Why cannot I open this? What is going on with ChatGPT? Let me just change to another tab to see what actually went wrong. Ah, I hate this. With code generation. Stream and the class code generation I was not able to understand. Aha, so you put in the build params here, but this does not provide the method for me to give an initial variable. Alright, I couldn't figure this out. And you know what? Flutter pub add Flutter hooks. Final to do equals use state this dot to do. What the fuck is going on with my riverpod.dart recover, delete the swap file. finally able to import. I'm just so tired. All right. Now you have this. Ignore that stupid to-do state. Children of provider. Let's just go here. Children of. And then instead, let's do this string. All right, let's just whatever. Nope. to-do.value.id. Good. Set is completed. Set parent. Good. Set is completed. Set parent. Toggle. Return. Good. And to do dot value. Is descendant. Good. Set parent. Tag children. Let's just move the tag children down, move this part to the tag children. Tag children. I don't know what's going on with my Vim today. It's not really reactive. Normally, my Vim is like when you click somewhere, you immediately jump you there. But today it's weird. All right, okay, yeah, I think this is good. Good now, good, and create to do action. Look at this. This is totally not working today. Create or edit to do. Yeah, sure. And if val is not null, all right, this is mostly should be okay. And now it's just let's use state to do so you want to have UUID.v4 UUID v4, okay. Let's just see this to do dot. No, it's here. I think it's because maybe something is wrong with my v4. Let's still keep it this way, and then to do dot. Good. Alright, this should most likely work now. But I guess there's a lot of issues here, like because we do a load in the beginning, it won't automatically update once we write something to the backend. So yeah, so there will be a lot of problems. With this implementation, but we can have a look. So we also need to main.dart, and then we'll be able to let me just configure my Firebase console first in Dart. Let's hope that I don't have to set up authentication to do this. Yep. Starting test mode. Yep. Good. So now let me look up for how to initialize Firebase. Flutter initialize. Good. So now the Firebase, it would be successfully initialized, and we can basically run this. Yeah. But I also want to in the import here create a benchmark thing. So like say deletion times of num to-dos. Yep, so that now I have a dust that's being problematic. So let's just see how this one works. Nope. So we have a list of to-dos, and then we add to-dos dot add. I mean, yep. How about let's just so I want to go to info, nope, the creation list all. Good. So now you have this time being created, right? And then equals const to do repository dot all dot get null. Okay, let's just do stopwatch. Stopwatch dot stop. Okay. Good. So now you have this. I mean, you can probably simplify the code to make it look prettier. You know what? Who cares? Let's just do it this way, and then let's do a Firebase. So it's in the riverpod.dart. Alright, so now we have Firebase portion ready. We can go to the main app, and then let's before init $10,000. All right, good. Now let's just run a Flutter run to see how Dust performs. I'm so tired. Can't imagine. Okay, so open macOS as 10.15. Means that we are better than them because let's have a look. I will update this. I won't show my second screen, but basically I'm trying to update the minimum deployment target to 10.15. Alright, now it's updated in the Xcode user interface. Let's just do a Flutter run again. cd macOS pod install. Alright, so it seems like there is some issue with macOS pod file and 10.15. Good, great, awesome. Now let's just run Flutter. I mean, there is no doubt that we are faster than Firebase and we are going to have less bugs than Firebase. For Firebase to truly work, you sort of need to have a stream-based solution that subscribes to all the changes, which is what we offer out of the box. So yeah, I probably will need to implement that as well, and we can see how that works. When we stream, you also need to cancel the streams, which really isn't much of a problem in Dust, but it's problematic if you are using something like this is the thing, but it's problematic if you're using other solutions because yeah. I think that's mostly from a lot of like errors, stupid errors that you'll never see, like after you build something like object box or like Firebase. This just makes you feel worried, having so many like errors here and there, and somehow they magically work. And clearly, like, these error messages are not of any help for me right now. Also, the fact that when you are using RiverPod, you sort of need to understand what the provider is, what a notifier is, what all these things. That's a little bit hard to learn from my perspective, at least. But when we are doing like Dust, it's actually okay. Because Dust doesn't have any complicated abstractions, basically. This is stupid that so many errors are constantly being generated over and over again. Firebase is just... oh my god, I never realized Firebase has so many errors. Don't they fix their linting issues when they try to build or run something? Alright, finally got those things open anyways. Yep, so all the to-dos were deleted. And we could create one somewhere here. This would be fun. So how long does it take? 1 second to create. Is it 1 second? Yep. Let's see where the let's go to the main.dart. It's annoying that my term. I probably need to restart my terminal. I think it's not the problem with NeoVim anymore. It's a problem with my terminal that's a little bit laggy. Yeah, so 10,000 items. It takes about 1 second to create, and 0 point something ish. I think this is much worse than Isar. We'll see once we get the Isar version working. And just to be expected, but we can try this to change to Firebase info, riverpod info. And what do we have? Why nothing seems to be changing? I don't know. Let's just do another Flutter run, but this time it's the Firebase info. I'm glad I'm on macOS so that I could test Firebase directly on my laptop. I don't have to test it anywhere else, but let's see. Okay, this is taking an absurdly long time. I mean, it's totally imaginable that it's going to take a lot of time, because yeah, it's Firebase, so you're basically writing directly to the cloud, not to native, and that's sure, yeah. Right, this is probably too much for Firebase. Just see my Firebase backend database. It's not writing here somehow. Okay, now let's just do a debug print in the Firebase riverpod info. Open anyway. Okay, it doesn't seem to print. Now what if I go to... Okay, yeah, my bad. So it's actually returned my home page. Clearly the unimplemented error was not thrown as well, so that's a bit strange. Remember that in Firebase you don't have to be authenticated to write data to the database. Open anyway. Yeah, and clearly like no data was written. Good. So main.dart, and let's just temporarily comment out. No. Oh, I forgot to enable network connections on Mac. Yep. Keep outgoing connections. Incoming, outgoing. Good. Now it should work. So let's just let's hope that this doesn't make me bankrupt by writing 10,000 records to Firebase at a single time. But it's now writing, so that's good in the backend. So if we actually manage to come here, and I can show you in the screen, it's actually like writing all these things. Super slowly though. So look at the data and see if we could get. Yeah, 10,000 is a lot. And probably my Firebase has never seen something like this load. Oh, this is definitely going to take way longer than any of us would have expected, but okay, we can see. Yeah, it's mostly because of like the network connections, etc. That's going to slow things down so much. I don't even know if finished adding or not. And that is also why like we say that performance a lot of times doesn't matter. You can have something as slow as Firebase, it still works for most users' use cases, right? So yeah. Okay, it's still writing. Oh, it's actually deleting, I feel. Oh no, it's still writing. I kind of regret it because I may have to pay a decent amount of bill for writing this, for doing this many write operations to it, and I don't even have like a progress indicator of how much was it done. Let's just wait here and see anything is happening. 10,000. Still no stream chat here. No one is watching, and just see how things go. This is way too slow. So it's actually still adding. Probably I shouldn't add a wait there. Maybe I wanted to Control C and then delete the to-dos collection. How many documents? Let's see. So it added 2003 documents. And now let's just go to the Firebase River Pod implementation and equals Probably, no, I shouldn't be running transaction, but let's see how does batch write work. I mean, with batch read and write, I hope that it's going to be better, but we'll see. Okay, each batch run can contain up to 500 operations. Okay, whatever. So I don't think this is working. So let's just give up on the benchmarking Firebase, I assume. So yep, so far so bad. I mean, it's not really like scientific to bench up any benchmark, basically. You're not going to encounter any of situations similar to this in most cases, but we can do a simple bench of okay, with bench actually we are almost there. Let's just rerun this, because in the Firebase deletion thing, it says I deleted 10,000 items, so it means that it's actually quite close. I worry about my bills now because I now have done like several 10,000 reads and writes. So clearly we need something like a let's just wait and see how this works, but I assume it could be done within a minute or two or something like that. So slow, but not horribly slow. Can probably just wait. It doesn't seem to be adding any data anymore, which is quite strange, and it does not even, oh, it says creating 10,000 to-dos. And to this day, still no new things happen. Whatever, I'll go and make a coffee and come back and see how things work out. Just stop. All right. All right, I'm back with my coffee, but it seems like nothing has happened. Let me just check Firebase console really quickly to see if I actually wrote anything to the database. Nope. So now let me just all right. Yep. So don't bench Firebase. Yep. And it clearly is not as fast as we would like it to be. So let's go to the main.dart and let's see this. So this will probably take 10 seconds if like and if we manage to migrate to RocksDB, I believe much faster than current SQLite implementation. Open anyways. Yep. Within my expectation that this is slow. Yeah, takes 12 seconds and delete takes 9 seconds. Not too bad. And this is 100,000. No, this is 1,000. 10,000. So it's 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. Yep. But the least performance is still super fast. So I say that overall this is much slower than what ESR and other databases have. Like they would probably still thrive under like well within 1 second with this many data. But I mean, you're not realistically going to write that many data to the database all at once. So that should be most likely fine. Probably I will just leave this code right now here as it is. So, because I'm a little bit tired and I need to work on something else. Sorry. All right. Let's stop the stream here and I'll go and have a rest and think about what to do next.